Before we start, I want you to notice something. There is a certain kind of peace that comes from closing your front door and knowing you do not have to leave again until you choose to. That moment when the lock clicks, you kick off your shoes, your shoulders drop, and your whole body exhales. You sink into your own space, and there is a quiet satisfaction. I am exactly where I want to be. If that feeling is familiar, this is about you. These are the people who find joy in staying home, not because they are hiding from the world, but because they have discovered something beautiful in the art of being still. You see them decline invitations with gentle smiles. You watch their eyes light up when plans are canceled. You hear them talk about weekends spent reading, cooking, organizing, or simply doing nothing at all. While the world rushes past their windows, they have found contentment in the rhythm of their own heartbeat. But if you have ever been one of them, you know this is not always understood, because loving home is not just about comfort. It is about sanctuary. It is about finding meaning in the spaces between action. For many people, it is both a choice and a necessity. Most people think staying home means missing out, but for those who truly love it, home is where life happens most authentically. They do not see four walls as a prison. They see them as a canvas. Every corner holds possibility. Every room tells a story. Every quiet moment is an opportunity to connect with themselves in ways that crowded spaces never allow. They find adventure in rearranging furniture. They discover wonder in the way morning light shifts across the living room floor. Psychologically speaking, people who love staying home often have what researchers call high intrinsic motivation. They draw satisfaction from internal rewards, more than from external validation. While others need the energy of crowds to feel alive, home lovers generate their own sense of purpose. They create meaning inside their own space. This connects with environmental psychology, the study of how physical spaces affect our mental and emotional states. For home lovers, their environment is not just where they exist, it is where they thrive. There is something profound about choosing solitude. In a world that equates constant social activity with happiness, home lovers understand that being alone does not automatically mean being lonely. They have mastered the difference between isolation and intentional solitude. They crave the kind of deep rest that only comes from being completely themselves, without performance, without pretense. No need to manage anyone else's energy or emotions. No need to wear the subtle masks that social situations often require. And this goes deeper than simple introversion. Many home lovers are actually very social when they choose to be. They can light up a room, have meaningful conversations, and connect deeply with others. The difference is simple. They need their home base to recharge. They need that sacred space where they can process the world at their own pace. Think of it like a phone returning to its charging station, not because it is broken, but because that is how it maintains its power. Research in environmental psychology shows that people who feel a strong attachment to their home environment often experience lower levels of stress and higher levels of life satisfaction. Their home becomes a restorative environment, a place where cognitive fatigue fades and mental clarity returns. It is where they can think their deepest thoughts without interruption and feel their truest emotions without judgment. Home lovers often develop a kind of spatial intelligence. They understand how different areas of their home serve different psychological needs. The bedroom for rest and reflection, the kitchen for nourishment and creativity, the living room for comfort and connection. Whether with others or with themselves, they are not just living in these spaces, they are curating experiences within them. Each room becomes a tool for a different aspect of well-being. There is also something beautiful in the way home lovers relate to time. While the outside world moves at the speed of notifications and schedules, they have learned to move at the speed of presence. They do not rush through moments, they savor them. A cup of coffee becomes a meditation, a book becomes a journey, a quiet conversation with themselves becomes therapy. They discover that time expands when you are not constantly trying to fill it with external stimulation. But perhaps the most fascinating part is how home lovers process the world. They are often highly sensitive to environmental stimuli, the noise of traffic, the energy of crowds, the constant input of social situations. All of this can feel overwhelming, not because they are weak, but because they are absorbing more information than most people even notice. Coming home is not retreat. It is necessary processing time. It is where they make sense of everything they encountered outside. This sensitivity often makes them incredibly observant. They notice details that others miss. The way light changes throughout the day, how different music shifts their mood, which activities truly nourish them, and which ones slowly drain their energy. They become experts in their own needs because they spend enough time in stillness to actually hear what their mind and body are saying. Home lovers also tend to have rich inner lives. While others seek entertainment outside, they find endless fascination in their own thoughts and imagination. They can spend hours lost in creative projects, in deep reflection, or in simple daydreaming. They do not need constant external input because they generate their own internal content. Their mind is rarely truly bored. It is always processing, creating, connecting ideas in unique ways. There is a common misconception that people who love staying home are antisocial or depressed. But many home lovers actually have deeper, more meaningful relationships than some of their more socially active peers. They invest their emotional energy more selectively, instead of spreading themselves thin across many superficial connections. They cultivate fewer but more authentic bonds. When they do engage socially, it is with intention and with presence. This selectivity goes beyond relationships. It shapes how they spend their time and energy. Home lovers become skilled at saying no to things that do not align with their values or do not genuinely interest them. They do not feel obligated to fill every weekend or accept every invitation out of politeness. They know their time and energy are finite, and they choose to spend them consciously rather than reactively. The home environment also supports what psychologists call flow states, those moments of complete absorption, where time seems to disappear, and you are fully engaged in what you are doing, whether it is cooking, reading, crafting, writing, or simply thinking. Home provides the uninterrupted space required for these deeply satisfying experiences. External environments often carry too many distractions and interruptions to reach that level of focus, but loving home is not always easy. In a culture that celebrates constant motion and social engagement, home lovers often face questions about their choices. Friends and family may worry that they are missing out or becoming too isolated. They may feel pressure to be more social, or fear that others see them as boring or antisocial. Learning to confidently own their preference for home becomes part of their journey toward authentic living. What many people do not realize is that home lovers often contribute to the world in unique and valuable ways because they spend time in reflection and deep thinking. They often become the friends others turn to for wisdom and perspective. They are the ones who remember the details in people's stories because they actually take time to process and care. They create warm, welcoming spaces that others love to visit, precisely because those spaces have been thoughtfully cultivated with love and attention. The relationship between home lovers and their physical space is almost sacred. They understand that environment shapes emotion, and by creating a space that reflects who they truly are, they create the conditions for their best self to emerge. They become architects of their own emotional landscape, knowing that the colors on their walls, the textures of their furniture, the way light filters through their windows, all of it works together to either support or slowly erode their well-being. This is not vanity. This is not materialism. It is recognition. We are deeply affected by our surroundings, and taking control of that influence is an act of self-care. There is something almost therapeutic in the rituals home lovers create. The way they make their morning coffee becomes a ceremony. The way they dim the lights in the evening and sit in their favorite chair turns into a kind of meditation. These are not just habits. They are anchors. They create structure and meaning in the day, each ritual acting as a gentle transition, helping them move consciously from one state of being to another. Home lovers also develop an intimate relationship with seasons and natural rhythms that people constantly on the move often miss. They notice how their mood shifts with the changing light. They feel the subtle energy of different weather. They align their activities with their natural energy cycles. Instead of fighting against them, when they are tired, they rest. When they are creative, they create. When they need solitude, they honor that need. Without apology, this attunement to natural rhythms shapes their understanding of productivity. While the outside world preaches constant hustle and optimization, home lovers discover the power of organic productivity. They work when inspiration is present. They rest when their body asks for it. They learn that forcing themselves into rigid schedules often produces worse results than honoring their natural ebb and flow of energy. On a deeper level, many home lovers have gone through what psychologists call individuation, the process of becoming who you truly are, rather than who others expect you to be, choosing to love staying home. In a society that rewards constant social activity, requires courage. It means defining happiness and success on your own terms, instead of blindly accepting cultural definitions that do not fit your nature. This journey toward authenticity often begins with a single moment of recognition, realizing that you feel most like yourself when you are cooking alone in your kitchen, or that your best ideas arrive during quiet Sunday mornings with no agenda, or simply noticing that you genuinely look forward to going home in the same way others look forward to going out. That recognition becomes the starting point for a different kind of life. Home lovers understand something profound about energy management. They know that different activities and environments either refill their energy or drain it. Social gatherings might be enjoyable, but still exhausting. Home is where energy gets restored. They do not feel guilty about this difference. They have learned to work with their energy patterns instead of against them, building lives that feel sustainable instead of constantly depleting. The creativity that grows from this lifestyle is often remarkable. Without constant distraction and noise, home lovers frequently develop rich creative practices. They write, they paint, they cook elaborate meals, they tend gardens, they build, they design, they craft with their hands. Their creativity is not always performed for others or posted for validation. It is pure expression, coming from having space and time to connect with their inner world. Spending significant time at home also changes your relationship with consumption. You become more conscious of what you bring into your space. Every purchase feels more intentional because you will be living with it every day. Home lovers often develop a preference for quality over quantity, choosing fewer but more meaningful possessions. They understand that their environment affects their mental state, so they curate it carefully. That same consciousness extends to how they consume media and information. Without constant social noise, home lovers become more selective about what they allow into their mind. They may choose books instead of endless television, instrumental music instead of constant news, long-form content instead of mindless scrolling. They protect their inner environment as carefully as they curate their outer one. The relationships they maintain often feel different too, because they spend so much time alone. They bring fuller versions of themselves into their interactions. They have already processed many of their thoughts and emotions, so they do not rely on others to tell them who they are or what they feel. This independence creates space for more authentic connection. When they choose to engage, they also tend to be exceptional listeners, comfortable with silence. They do not rush to fill every pause with words. This gives others room to share more deeply, which is why, despite their love of solitude, home lovers are often treasured friends and confidants. Most importantly, home lovers have discovered something many people spend their lives chasing. They have learned how to be comfortable with themselves, not the polished version of themselves they show the world, their real, unguarded self. That comfort with solitude becomes a kind of superpower. It means they are never truly alone. They enjoy their own company, which makes them less dependent on others for happiness and validation. This self-sufficiency is not coldness. And it is not a rejection of human connection. It is wholeness. They love others from fullness, rather than from need. They choose relationships, rather than desperately seeking them. They offer presence, rather than performance. And when they open their homes to others, they are not just sharing a physical place. They are sharing their sanctuary, their space of peace and authenticity. The wisdom that grows from this way of living often surprises people. Home lovers become observers of human nature, including their own. They notice patterns in their thoughts and behavior that people constantly in motion may never see. They develop deep self-awareness that turns into quiet wisdom, which they can share when the moment is right. In the end, the psychology of people who love staying home reveals something beautiful about human nature itself. That happiness does not have to be loud to be real. That peace does not need an audience to be profound. That choosing your own company over constant stimulation is not antisocial. It is self-aware. These individuals have discovered something rare: the ability to find contentment in simplicity, to create meaning from within, instead of always chasing it outside. They understand that home is not just where you live. It is where you become most authentically yourself. They remind us that in a world obsessed with doing, there is profound value in simply being. That not every moment needs to be filled with activity or achievement. That sometimes, the most revolutionary thing you can do is close your door, breathe deeply, and allow yourself to exist exactly as you are. So if you are someone who lights up when plans are canceled, who finds joy in quiet Sunday mornings, who considers home your favorite destination, know this: you are not missing out on life. You are experiencing it differently. You are not avoiding the world. You are creating your own version of it. And in that sacred space you have built, you are not just surviving, you are quietly thriving in the most authentic way possible. If this spoke to you, take a slow breath, write the word home in the comments, and subscribe so you can come back to this feeling whenever you need a reminder that loving your own space and loving your own company is not a problem to fix. It is a strength to honor.